Welcome back to Adventures with Void as we embark on the first day of a road trip across Canada. Join my amazing girlfriend Butter, our dog Echo the Galgo, and me, Void, as we take you day by day on our journey starting on day 1 in the city of Victoria on Vancouver Island and ending in the Okanagan Valley with the goal of later reaching my home province of New Brunswick. Butter and I are about to leave on a cross-country road trip from Vancouver Island, BC to New Brunswick. I just sent Butter back upstairs to check if we locked the door because I don't remember locking it, and it would really suck if it wasn't locked.
Use the middle lane to turn left onto Land's End Road.
We left our home in the suburbs of Victoria in order to catch the first ferry sailing off of Vancouver Island at 7 a.m. The drive to the ferry is about half an hour, so we made sure to leave early and give ourselves plenty of time to check in at the ferry terminal. Once at the Swartz Bay terminal, we took our downtime to walk the dog and let her do her business before boarding the ferry. The ferry from Swartz Bay to Tsawwassen is roughly an hour and a half, which we spent as an opportunity to sleep a bit before disembarking once again, driving through the Richmond, BC and Lower Mainland traffic on our way to our first stop, Abbotsford, British Columbia. Abbotsford is a medium-sized city and a central point in the Lower Mainland where farming is a key industry. The city lives in the shadow of the inactive volcano, Mount Baker, which lives on the other side of the Washington border, not far from the border-crossing town of Sumas. Abbotsford and Sumas share opposite sides of the border as one of the busiest border crossings in British Columbia. Abbotsford is also home to the University of the Fraser Valley, the small university situated on the highlands on the south end of the city. I actually attended one semester at UFV, and Abbotsford was my introduction to British Columbia before moving to Vancouver and eventually Vancouver Island, where I currently reside. UFV is surrounded by greenery, so it was a good place to walk the dog and stretch our legs. After Abbotsford, our next stop was Chilliwack, which you may recognize as the inspiration behind the band named Chilliwack. Chilliwack is situated not far to the east of Abbotsford and further up the Fraser River Valley. It's also a city where farming is a key industry, and while we didn't spend too much time here, it was a great spot to stop for lunch and check out a local park. We went to Thai Taste Restaurant and brought our food to the nearby Sardis Park. Sardis Park was a nice spot to picnic as there were a bunch of picnic tables right by the pond, and it also gave us another chance to stretch our legs in a relaxed and quiet setting. We even managed to spot 3 of the pond's resident turtles chilling on a log. From Chilliwack, we followed the Trans-Canada Highway 1 up to Hope, BC, where we would begin our first detour of the journey, forking off of the Highway 5 in order to take Highway 3, also known as the Crowsnest Highway. On the first leg of our winding, narrow highway is the expansive E.C. Manning Provincial Park. We made a few stops in the park, starting with Sumallo Grove. Sumallo Grove is a secluded area near the western entrance of E.C. Manning Park, where old-growth red cedars and Douglas firs provide shade as you make your way to the Skagit River Trail. The bridge crossing for the trail was unfortunately collapsed, but I walked along the portion that was still standing regardless. I do have to say, it was pretty scary as the bridge felt like it could give way beneath my footfalls at any moment. After checking out Sumallo Grove, we continued our drive down the Crowsnest Highway and stopped at the bend just past the Cascade Recreation Area, where a large rock covered in graffiti overlooks the Skagit River Valley. We continued on this leg until we reached Beaver Pond Trail, another great scenic spot to stretch our legs once again as we walked around the resident beaver pond, inspecting its dam and lodge.
I feel like for the first part of our excursion today, not a lot happened. We kind of blew through Langley, Abbotsford, Chilliwack, Hope. Really beautiful areas, just not a lot of easy access to little hikes off the highway like this. Hopefully the rest of this leg is a little more interesting. But we're going to Princeton, Osoyoos, and the Okanagan tonight.
Crossing the eastern gate of the park and putting E.C. Manning Park behind us, we continued along the Crowsnest Highway, looking at the roadside sites such as Copper Mountain from a distance, until reaching Princeton, where we stopped for some much-needed coffee in order to finish the last leg of our first day on the road. On our way to the Okanagan Valley, we made one last detour to Osoyoos, a well-known wine region in beautiful British Columbia, characterized by its dry desert landscape and Osoyoos lakeside views from the aptly named town of Osoyoos. Interestingly, we saw a bobcat leisurely crossing the road along the way into town, and it was the first time I've ever seen a bobcat. Unfortunately, our footage wasn't very good, and I'm not even sure if you can see the bobcat in it. Nevertheless, it would be the first wildlife spotting of many on our journey to come. Chasing daylight, we finished the final stretch of our first day on the road, driving to Peachland, where we would spend the night at my uncle's home before disembarking on the second day of our road trip across Canada. Thank you so much for making it this far and joining us on day one of our journey across Canada, from Vancouver Island to New Brunswick. On day 2, we'll continue from the Okanagan Valley, driving through Banff, where we would cross our first provincial border along the way and camp overnight in the Willow Rock Campground, which is part of the Bow River Provincial Park Camping Network. Make sure to subscribe and check back soon for more videos of our journey. So long, folks, and see you next time.